face challenges with the pricing, which is an issue when you're bringing a product from overseas. But we've seen many companies adapt, many small and medium-sized companies that my firm now supports entering the market. Companies who've put boots on the ground, who've invested in people and have listened to those people and taken that advice, those inputs and those insights from their own staff, from people, very much the way that Sam Walton did for Walmart, but in a much, much smaller way, and really understand how to build a business that is fit for the Indian market as opposed to transplanting a foreign template into the country. The regulations don't tend to hurt the small and medium-sized companies as much. The administration does, the paperwork does, the efficiency of doing business, it does have a big impact. But it's very important for small and medium-sized companies to find that type of support. I was very lucky that when I set Sannam up in 2008, I found a very good administrator and a very good accountant. Both of those young members of the staff are still part and very instrumental parts of my business now. And we have 200 plus staff, we have 350 foreign companies that we support. And many government agencies, many big corporations, the banks, the big four consulting firms do a fantastic job providing support to the large corporations going over. But the small and medium-sized companies don't tend to get support that's designed and fit for purpose for them. And something that we've been working on a lot over the last few years, and it's why I moved to the US after living in India between 2008 and 2015, is helping to design and develop that practical framework where small and medium-sized companies can succeed in India, where they can be part of a supply chain of the bigger corporations that are expanding their footprint there, and are really given the types of advice and day-to-day support that is appropriate for them. And that tends to be around people, it tends to be around administration, it tends to be around office infrastructure and the ability to get on and do what they're best at and not try and deal with all the regulatory aspects. So I've learned a lot from that journey. I must say that having moved to the US 2 years ago as an immigrant again, I found setting up a business in the US and operating here much harder than I did in India 26 years ago. And I regularly tell the Department of Commerce this too. Multiple state taxes, healthcare schemes that are different for employees across the country, trying to manage 401k programs for employees here, trying to be a business that's small and actually can really efficiently operate. The amount of post and notices and letters that I get in the US is far greater than I did in India all those years ago. So we should never forget that doing business in India is difficult for those that aren't used to doing business in India, but that's also true here in the US. And also as a note of comfort, because I know this is a concern for people, there's a great concern about Indian immigrants with visas coming into the United States. I invested in the US, I set up a company, I planned on hiring people. After a year I was thrown out by the US visa authorities and had to leave for 3 or 4 months and reapply. So don't feel that it's a particular dig at Indians or H-1B visa issue holders, it's just a generalist approach to immigration policy. But I fought my way back in after 3 or 4 months, and I'm proud to be part of the US immigrant community, and I'm also particularly proud to continue flying the Indian flag here in the US.
And so what you have is small